Vandeham Shri Guru Juta Padakamalam Shri Gurum
Dear devotees, welcome back to the 42nd episode of Paripraśna. So as you know, we are currently discussing the second largest canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes, that's canto number 3. So we are discussing Vidura Maitreya Samvada, and currently for the past several episodes, we have been discussing, diving deep into this profound topic of creation, cosmic creation. So we have already gotten a pretty good understanding of the primary creation done by Mahavishnu. So we saw how Karanodakshai Vishnu, he created all these various elements, the senses and objects, the presiding deities for all these things. But then everything was inactive. And then he himself entered into each and every one of them. He enlivened them. And then he not only did this, but he expanded into Garbhodakshai Vishnu. He enters each and every universe. And then in the last episode, we also discussed how from the navel of Garbhodakshai Vishnu sprouted this beautiful, magnificent cosmic lotus flower, on top of which was manifested Lord Brahma. And then when Brahma was created, initially he did not know what to do. He was asking, who am I? What is the source of origin of this lotus? I can't figure out anything. And then he heard the word tapa, which means austerity, 3 times, and then he performs tapasya, austerity, for 100 celestial years. And being pleased with his penance, the Supreme Lord gives his beautiful darshan. It was a very visual description. And then Lord Brahma offers his heartfelt prayers, which were very, very instructive for us. And then the Supreme Lord instructed him to create. He empowered him with all the necessary knowledge and everything else that was needed. And then in the last verse of the 9th chapter of Canto 3, Maitreya Rishi instructs that the Supreme Lord Narayana disappeared. So that is where we are going to continue today. In fact, we are going to transition from the primary creation sarga to the secondary creation visarga in our discussion today. So Maharaj and I are ready, and I'm sure that you are all ready. So without further ado, let's go ahead and continue to inquire from His Holiness Bhakti Padma Saurabh Pracharak Swami Maharaj. So Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
So Maharaj, before we actually get into the 10th chapter, I just have a generic question. So from our audience, let's say there is a section of audience who may be thinking, wow, I thought listening to Srimad Bhagavatam means I'm just going to relax and hear some beautiful pastimes. And here for several episodes now, they are seeing creation, and today it's going to be some more creation. In fact, we are going to get into the nuances of calculation of time and all that. So if they are thinking, I thought it was going to be an easy thing, I was just going to relax. But then they see that some topics may be going over their head. They may be thinking this is quote unquote kind of technical and in detailed, in quite in depth. So why should that section of the audience still continue to listen about creation?
So this has already been discussed, why we should hear the section of Bhagavatam in the second canto, 7th chapter, last verse. Maya varneto mushyaha ishwarasya anumoditaha maya atmana muhyati shrinvataha shraddhaya nityam maya atmana muhyati. The thorn removes the thorn, and diamond cuts diamond, poison removes poison, so Maya removes Maya. So what Maya removes Maya? That Maya in connection with Krishna removes the Maya which is in connection with you.
Okay.
Like a thorn in your hands will remove the thorn in your foot. So in the same way, Maya in the hands of Krishna removes the Maya in our hands, means in our consciousness. So Krishna's pastimes with Maya, that means external energy, that is a medicine for getting out of getting our pastime with external energy of Krishna.
Okay.
I should not use the word pastime, our time pass. So
Okay.
our time pass with Maya will be removed by the Krishna's pastime with Maya.
Beautiful. Okay.
So when we hear Krishna's pastime with Maya,
Mhm.
that is a medicine for us.
Mhm.
So these are all, creation means Krishna's pastimes with Maya.
Mhm.
So now this is the medicine for the conditioned soul. Then you can relish Krishna's pastimes with his internal potency.
Okay.
So as long as we are deceased, it is very difficult to relish Krishna's pastimes with internal potency.
Mhm.
So for the deceased condition, then you require these pastimes to be heard.
Mhm.
And even when you are very advanced in Krishna consciousness, still these pastimes are always relishable, because anything connected to Krishna for a devotee is always relishable. So all this world is connected to Krishna eternally.
Mhm.
And hearing how Krishna deals with this world, your appreciation for Krishna increases. If you love someone, every detail of that person is also very relishable for you.
Mhm.
So you understand that how Krishna deals with this world, that becomes relishable, even for advanced devotee.
Okay.
So it's not only a medicine, but also increases our prema for Krishna.
Mhm.
One last point regarding this subject. The highest book or description of Krishna's pastimes of Madhuri Rasa, that is Gita Govinda,
Mhm.
where it culminates in Krishna falling at the feet of Srimati Radharani and begging her, please keep your lotus feet on my head. Mama Shirasi Mandanam,
Mhm.
Dehi Padapallamudaram. So now the first song written by Jayadeva Goswami in the Gita Govindam is the Dashavatara Stotra. What it has got to do? Krishna coming as Narasimha and killing Hiranyakashipu, Matsya, Kurma. This book is totally about Krishna, Radha Krishna's topmost intimate pastimes.
Mhm.
Yes, this Aishwarya of Krishna, description of Aishwarya of Krishna, increases the Madhurya of Krishna. How? That Krishna who killed Narasimha, that Krishna who came as Narasimha and killed Hiranyakashipu.
Mhm.
Now that Krishna is falling at the feet of Radharani.
Mhm.
So that Krishna who created this world, from whose just breathing out millions of universes come, now this Krishna is now crying in front of Yashoda. So, Dashamasya Siddhartham Navanami Lakshanam Varnayati Mahatmanushtena Artena Tanjasa. The purpose of all these 9 subject matters of Bhagavatam is to explain the 10th subject matter of Bhagavatam more vividly.
Mhm.
Vishuddhyartham, to bring out the speciality or the special meaning of the 10th subject matter of Krishna. Other subject matters are there. So these other subject matters should not be, creation should not be understood independent of Krishna's sweet pastimes.
Mhm.
Rather, these will encourage or enhance our appreciation and our love for the Madhurya pastimes of Krishna. Yeah.
Wonderful, Maharaj. We are ready for a strong dose of medicine today. So we'll start with Vidura's question, chapter 10, shloka 1. Vidura uvacha antarhite bhagavati brahma lokapitamaha prajasasarjakatida daihikirmanasir vibuhu. Shri Vidura said, O great sage, please let me know how Brahma, the grandfather of the planetary inhabitants, created the bodies of the living entities from his own body and mind after the disappearance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, Maharaj, this question is very clear. Now, Vidura is asking, so how did Brahma create all the various living entities? But however, in the next shloka, Maharaj, Ye cha me bhagavan prishta stvayarta bahuvittama tan vadasvanupurvyena chindina sarva samshayan. O greatly learned one, kindly eradicate all my doubts and let me know of all that I have inquired from you from the beginning to the end. So Vidura is expressing his confidence in the ability of Maitreya Rishi to answer all his questions. My specific question here was, why is he addressing Maitreya as Bhagavan?
Yeah, as Srila Prabhupada says at many places, the word Bhagavan actually refers only to Krishna.
Mhm.
But it can refer to any other person having a very special potency or having a special position. Because everybody, they derive their potency from Krishna. Everybody derives their position from Krishna. So one aspect of Krishna to a certain extent is present in a personality, so they are addressed as Bhagavan.
Okay.
Not that they are Bhagavan,
Mhm.
they are having some potency given by Bhagavan.
Okay.
So that is why they are addressed as Bhagavan.
Okay. So now we see Maitreya starts answering, shloka number 4. Maitreya uvacha virinchopi tatha chakre divyam varshashatam tapaha atmanyatmanamaveshya yataha bhagavanajah. The greatly learned sage Maitreya said, O Vidura, Brahma thus engaged himself in penances for 100 celestial years as advised by the personality of Godhead and applied himself in devotional service to the Lord. So, Maharaj, what is the significance of tapasya? We see initially also he did tapasya for 100 celestial years, then he had darshan of the Supreme Lord, and now, even before he starts creation, the secondary creation, again he's preparing himself, purifying his body and mind by performing penance for another 100 celestial years.
See, tapasya means meditation. So, to derive strength, one has to do penance. One has to do tapasya.
Mhm.
Now, Brahma, he received the knowledge, but when he went to create, but still, he did not have the power to create. So, you require two things. One is knowledge, other is power.
Okay.
Now, he had the knowledge, but he did not have the power to execute.
Mhm.
So, what he did, powerful with knowledge, he had the power of knowledge by meditation. Then to execute that thing, he required another power, that is Kriya Shakti.
Okay.
Jnana Bala Kriya Cha.
Mhm.
So Jnana Shakti is there, but Kriya Shakti he requires. To get that Kriya Shakti, then he did again tapasya.
Okay.
Like we may have the knowledge of something, but to execute also you require some potency. So for that, when Brahma he started doing that, he could not do because of so many obstacles. Especially the winds of the devastation was creating havoc. So to execute something, you should be stable. So for that purpose, Brahma did tapasya again.
So, Maharaj, you mentioned there were obstacles. You mentioned one of the obstacles, the heavy winds and the whole turbulence of the dissolution water. Even in the next few chapters, we see. So, our Sampradaya Acharya, Lord Brahma himself, who had personal darshan of the Lord, even he is facing obstacles. So, what can we learn that, especially in your classes, I have heard you say several times, anything auspicious we are wanting to do, there will be some obstacles. Inauspicious, no problem. So, what can we learn from this?
So I've already, like you already told, I say this point in many classes. That is the verse from the scriptures which says, Shreyamsi Bahuvignani Bhavantaha Mahatamapi. Shreyamsi means auspicious activities. When you do auspicious activities, Shreyamsi Bahuvignani, many obstacles come. Bahuvignani. Bhavantaha Mahatamapi. Mahata means great personalities. Even for great personalities, the same thing applies. They're not exempted from obstacles. Rather, more obstacles comes for those who are more advanced. Like when you are in 10th standard, you get a tougher question paper.
Right.
Isn't it?
Yes.
That is that, and this shows that the Mahatam, great personalities, they show that when I am getting these obstacles in my life, then what to speak of you? So it's an example. They set an example how to overcome obstacles, how not to get disheartened because of obstacles. Srila Prabhupada had the greatest obstacles in his life. And you start preaching and you get some obstacles and you get to say, how can I do? How it's possible? How it's possible? Then that is the time you have to look at Srila Prabhupada. And if any obstacles in your life, you complain about it, that means it's only an excuse. It's not a reason. Obstacles are no reason for you not to execute your activities in Krishna consciousness. They're only excuses, not a reason.
Okay. So Maharaj, you just now mentioned about Prabhupada being a glorious example for overcoming obstacles. So Prabhupada writes a very, very short but instructive purport here. That Brahma engaged himself for the personality of Godhead Narayana means that he engaged himself in the service of the Lord. That is the highest penance one can perform for any number of years. There is no retirement from such service, which is eternal and ever encouraging. So talking about Prabhupada, here he is writing, there is no retirement from such service. And in fact, here Prabhupada is writing, penance means to be engaged in the devotional service of the Lord. So Prabhupada went at the age of 40 across the world to preach. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami at the ripe old age of 90, he is writing Chaitanya Charitamrita. So if you can elaborate a little bit more on this, how there is no retirement in the service unto the Lord.
Serving Krishna is our eternal constitutional position. So where is retirement in that? So retirement means something which is external. You can retire from that. It is not your constitutional position. You accepted something out of necessity, out of some circumstances. Then you can retire. But the very nature of the soul is to serve Krishna. And where can there be retirement for it? There is no retirement. Retirement can only be from the bodily responsibilities. The Arthika Dharma, there may be retirement. Now you join a job, you have to retire at the age of 58 or something. Because retirement in one sense means now we don't require you anymore, you become useless, get lost. Isn't it?
Yes.
And they cannot say this thing, though. So what they make a big party, call everyone, they appreciate you for all your services, they thank you very nicely, and then give you a lot of money, called gratuity, and then they give you some pension, and then thank you very much for all your services. Now we don't require you anymore, and you become useless for us. It's a burden for us.
So blunt.
So you get lost. But serving Krishna can be done in all circumstances, even when your body is totally useless. Still, you can serve Krishna. In all circumstances. A kid can serve Krishna, old man can serve Krishna, a person who is paralytic can serve Krishna, one who is very strong can serve Krishna, one who is a mad person can also serve Krishna. But on the other hand, for the material level, your activities, your service requires some qualifications and all these things. So that is why there's no use of doing any activities in material platform, because any time you'll be kicked out once you become useless. But in Krishna, it's not like that. In any condition, you can serve him. Any illiterate can serve. Illiterate person can serve. Anybody can do that. That's why there's no retirement. You are never useless for Krishna.
Wow.
Everyone has some use for Krishna. Nobody is in this world is unfit to serve Krishna in any condition.
How encouraging. So Maharaj, before we get into the divisions of creation, just one more question related to the service. So in the fifth verse, I'll just read the translation. Thereafter, Brahma saw that both the lotus on which he was situated and the water on which the lotus was growing were trembling due to a strong, violent wind. So, sixth verse. Long penance and transcendental knowledge of self realization had matured Brahma in practical knowledge, and thus he drank the wind completely along with the water. So, like this, it continues, and just one second. So, Maharaj, later it is said in the ninth verse, especially this word animittasya, etavan jiva lokasya samstha beda samahritah dharmasya hyanimittasya vipakah parameshtyaso. Lord Brahma is the most exalted personality in the universe because of his costless devotional service unto the Lord in mature transcendental knowledge. He therefore created all the 14 planetary divisions for inhabitation by the different types of living entities. So, Maharaj, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna talks about four different types of devotees who approach him, Jignasu, Artho, Arthi, all these different people, like various examples we talk about. But here, Brahma has reached his mature stage of self-realization. Dharmasya hi animittasya, without cause, without any hetu, without any, that is the pure devotional service, anya bilashita shunyam. So, how can we also progress in our spiritual journey to come to this point? We simply render devotional service out of love, not as a matter of expecting anything in return from Krishna.
Dharmasya animittasya means when we are executing devotional service like chanting the mantras, it should be done without material desires.
Okay.
It should be done with only one desire to please Krishna.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the meaning of dharmasya animittasya. So Brahma, he knew that I am going to execute the order of Krishna. That is very pleasing to him. But still he had a desire to create. But that desire was to satisfy the desire of the Lord.
Mm.
So it is not that devotees should not have desire. They can have desire. But that desire should be to satisfy Krishna, to serve Krishna.
Mm-hmm.
A devotee can have a desire to build a temple. Like Brahma is building this world. But he knew that I cannot execute my desire until unless Krishna blesses me. So if you see externally, Brahma is praying to Krishna for creation. It seems to be a desire. But this desire is animittasya. It is not material. So that is why when Rupa Goswami coined this verse, which describes pure devotional service, Anya vilashita shunyam jnana karmadhyanavrutam anukulena krishnanushilanam bhakti ruttama. Very interesting verse in which he says, Anya avilashita shunyam. Shunya means without. Any other desire. Anya means anya abhilasha. Abhilasha means desire. Without any other desire. Now, why he is not write sarva abhilashita shunyam?
Okay.
It is not sarva abhilashita shunyam. It is anya abhilashita shunyam.
Interesting.
No other desire other than serving Krishna, pleasing Krishna. So it is not sarva abhilashita. Now the soul has to have some desire. Otherwise, soul is dead matter. Without desire, soul is dead matter. So now, if you say sarva abhilashita shunyam, it is not going to be very practical. Because soul has to be having some desire.
Yes.
So that is why I use the word anya abhilashita shunyam. The only desire one should have is to please Krishna.
Okay.
So any other desire other than to please Krishna is material. Desire to please Krishna is spiritual. So we should have spiritual desires.
Okay, well taken. So Maharaj, going back one shloka, I'm just jumping to 8th verse now. Padmakosham tadavishya bhagavad karma choditah ekam vyabhangshid urudha trida bhavyam tvisaptadha. Thus engaged in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Brahma entered into the whirl of the lotus, and as it spread all over the universe, he divided it into 3 divisions of worlds and later into 14 divisions. So, what is this hierarchy, Maharaj? He first split it into 3 and then segregated them into 14. So, is this based on the 3 material modes or?
First, he divided the whole, the stem of the lotus flower into 3 parts. So then into 14 parts. Then again divided more and more, like that. So first he thought, let me divide into 3. Then he thought it's not enough. So that is why first we hear that there are 3 worlds, bottom, middle, and upper.
Right.
And then we also hear 14 planetary systems. Definitely, first you divide into 3 or any other figure. Then again you see it's not enough, you subdivide it. So in this way, Brahma did the same thing. He made the first 3 divisions, one lotus stem into 3 parts. Very difficult to create the entire world in just 3 parts. So he wanted to have more divisions. He made 14 divisions. In this way, he again divided. In this way, many divisions happen. That's how Brahma did. Division, subdivision, sub-subdivisions, so that all the categories of living entities can get a place to stay. That is called sthanam. Sthanam. Sthana means, according to the living entity's karma, a proper place has to be given for them to express their karma, execute their karmic mentality.
Yeah. Is there any connection between these 14 planetary systems and the 3 modes of material nature, Maharaj?
Definitely. Urdham gachan sattvastha madhye tishtanti rajasa jagadanyado gachanti tamasa. So Krishna, he clearly says, Urdham gachanti sattvastha. Those in goodness, they go to higher planetary systems. Madhye tishtanti rajasa, those who are in mode of passion, they are madhye tishtanti. Jagadanyado gachanti tamasa. Those who are in tamas, they go to lower planetary systems.
And usually we tend to hear that although demigods are in the higher planetary systems, even they wish to take birth as humans in the middle planetary system. So what is the special significance of the middle planetary system, that is Bhuloka?
In the middle planet system, there are a lot of miseries.
Okay.
And that makes people not get attached to sense enjoyment. For example, somebody falls in love with a young lady and she falls in love with him, expecting great happiness. And then they experience so much of misery and then get frustrated. But in Swarga, very difficult to get frustrated.
Oh.
So that is the reason here the Devatas say, how fortunate are these people that there is no much opportunity for sense enjoyment. And saintly people are roaming around in this earthly planet system, and they have opportunity to get associated with them and then become devotees and go back to Godhead. Actually, the human life and birth in earthly planet is not meant for sense enjoyment. It's foolishness. It's not there actually. You try, you get frustrated. So this land, especially Bharata, is only meant for Krishna consciousness. If you try anything else, you'll be frustrated. Especially this human body, that too the body of a Bharatiya. Don't try out much. Now I'm in the West. Many Indians have come here to earn a lot of money. And then they try to enjoy, but it doesn't work. The only shelter is Krishna consciousness for them. Those who never took up Krishna consciousness in India, they come here and then take up Krishna consciousness.
Very nicely put. So Maharaj, in the next few shlokas, very short from 10th to 13th, 14th verse, so we see that Vidura Mahatma is asking about time, but however, I'm going to skip this section because next chapter, the entire chapter is about time, so we will cover it then. So I'm just going to skip to the 14th verse now. There are 9 different kinds of creations besides the one which naturally occurs due to the interactions of the modes. There are 3 kinds of annihilations due to eternal time, the material elements, and the quality of one's work. So Maharaj, pretty much the rest of this chapter, that is shlokas 14 to 30, we see the discussion on the 10 divisions of creation. However, the first 6 divisions are actually the primary part, which we have pretty much already covered. And then the last 4 are the secondary aspect, which Brahma is actually going to do. So my question here is, Maharaj, one is these primary creation parts, the first 6 divisions, although they were already discussed, why is it being repeated here? And the second is, even when Brahma creates, is he really creating it, or the Lord has already created and it is just getting revealed?
See, the blueprint is already created by Krishna. And Brahma tries to make it more gross, that's all.
Okay.
Brahma cannot do something which is not in the plan of Krishna. 84 lakh species already created by, the blueprint is there. Brahma cannot do 84 lakh one. Like whatever the architect decides and gives the plans, the blueprint, the contractor goes and executes, that's all.
Yes.
Now you may say the contractor is building a temple, but actually blueprint is already, even for Visarga, Brahma's creation, he cannot do something which is according to his own whims and fancies.
Right.
But still, somebody has to do the creation, so he's given the post of being the creator. Like somebody is a manager of a company, of a corporate company. You may say his manager is doing that, he's doing it, but actually already SOPs are created by the management.
Correct.
He just have to make sure everything is in the SOPs. He cannot change the SOPs. So in the same way, Brahma cannot change any SOPs. He's just going to execute what has already been planned by Krishna. Now, this is the second question what you asked. And the first question is why there is a repetition.
Right.
The repetition is to show that when it said 10 types of creation, ultimately creator is Krishna only, of all the 10 types. He gives a opportunity for Brahma to be part of creation by giving him 4 of the 10.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, be part of creation because Brahma is Shakta Vishavatar of Krishna. And if everybody knows Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the maintainer, Shiva, the destroyer. So they should not be disheartened. Trinity concept, you have 3 gods and you have multiple gods. There's only one God. Crazy things which people talk about. One God.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Maharaj, the last 4, it's really, really fascinating the way Brahma is creating the 4. It's based on how they get the nourishment. So basically, the 7th category is the plants, the immovable jivas. This is because they're getting the upward nourishment. And then the next creation, that is the 8th one that he creates, is the lower species. All the varieties of animals are being described. Here they get horizontal nourishment. And then the 9th, he's creating human beings. and we are getting downward nourishment, upside down. So based on the nourishment, he's creating these categories. And then finally, there is one more category, demigods. I have a few questions regarding demigods. We'll come to that later. So this whole idea based on which he's creating, if you can say a little bit more on how he's segregating them.
Clearly, it is said that Leelayam Harimedasha. Harimedasha means what? Brahma, as a pastime of creation, he possessed the intelligence of the Lord. Harimedasha. Harimedasha means Krishna's intelligence was manifest in the heart of Brahma, and he created these three. Now, what are the 14 planetary systems? Sthanam Poshana Mutayaha. What is Sthana? Sthana is material Poshana. Material Poshana means how the living entities are maintained.
Okay.
The bodies of the living entities are maintained. Annad Bhavanti Bhutani. Living entities are maintained by food.
Mm-hmm.
And now, based on the direction of the flow of food, the categorization is made because it's all maintenance.
Wow.
Now, if you see the direction of the flow of food, from bottom to top, bottom to top, they are all what? They are all the trees, the bamboos, the creepers, fruits, and all these things. They get the bottom to top from the roots. Padapaihi. They drink through the legs, the roots. Roots are the legs of the plants and the trees. They are called Padapaihi. Aushadayaha. They are nourished. Very material nourishment. And then you have horizontal. The dogs, the cats. They're like this. They eat like this, and then the food passes like this. Very practical and very easy to classification. Now, if you go to the modern science, zoology and botany, the classification is so tedious that you have to break your head. You have to memorize so many zoological names, zoological names, and botanical names, and you forget after the exams. We had that small in 10th standard, some zoology, some botany. So crazy names.
Yes.
And just to make you suffer, these names are given. So Vedic way of classification is very simple because it is done by Krishna. So when things are simple, that is more easy to understand. And that's how Brahma did. Your chordates, non-chordates, vertebrates, invertebrates, and that. Zoomorphism. I forgot all these names.
Zoomorphism.
It's all classification according to your mental speculation, but still you're not able to count all the species.
Right.
You have maximum 50,000 species in botany and another 50,000 in maximum. They say that they have not given name to all the 50,000. Only few they have given. But just imagine, Jalaja Navalakshani, Stavaraha Lakshmimshadi. Even aquatics, they have Jalaja Navalakshani, 9 lakh varieties. Go on naming them. You cannot even imagine. So the creation is very complex, but the classification is very simple.
Yeah, especially like the connection you made, it's like a puzzle light bulb going on. Sthanam, Poshanam connection with how he's segregating here. It makes so much sense now. So, Maharaj, what is you just now mentioned about the 84 lakh species. So, what is the correlation between these 4 varieties here created by Brahma versus the 84 lakh species mentioned in Padma Purana?
See, when you say classification, it is done in different ways.
Okay.
Like, for example, you have a school.
Mm.
The classification is students and teachers. This is one classification.
Mm-hmm.
Boys and girls, another classification.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You have administrative staff and then teaching staff. This is another classification.
Mm-hmm.
You have junior, the secondary section, higher secondary section classification. So when you do the classification, there are many ways of doing classification.
Okay.
So in Bhagavatam also you'll find different ways of doing classification.
Mm.
Like chara chara, movable, unmovable. Here you have the three kinds of creation. One is chara, other two are one is achara, means the first one, plants and trees. Other two are chara.
Mm.
So you don't have to get so much
Okay.
carried away by this comparison. It is just there Jalajana Lakshani, Stavaraha Lakshamshati. It is all based on where they take birth and how they look like.
Okay.
So different ways of classifying the living
Mm.
entities.
Okay.
Like there are some way of classifying living entities, Nitya Baddha,
Mm.
Nitya Mukta.
Mm.
Yeah, depending on the context, the classification is done accordingly.
Okay.
You don't have to get so confused. Why it's like this here? Why it's like this here?
Mm.
Even while creation also, sometimes 24 elements, sometimes 28 elements, sometimes 16 elements.
Mm.
What is this? This is it's where you classify.
Okay. Okay.
Like somebody says in the school, there are two kinds of people: they're teaching and they're teachers and students.
Mm.
But I know there is non-teaching staff, there's teaching staff, there is then you have the boys, the girls, and you have the contractors or something like that. Yeah, don't have to get into break our head into this thing.
Yeah, got it, Maharaj. So, Maharaj, the last section, right? The 10th, so here in the 27th verse, O good Vidura, these last three creations and the creation of demigods, the 10th creation, are Vaikrita creations, which are different from the previously described Prakrita or natural creations. The appearance of the Kumaras is both. So, in the next few shlokas, it's also mentioned within demigods also, there are 8 different categories under that. So, Maharaj, already the Supreme Lord created in the previous chapter we've seen he created the demigods, they all prayed and the Supreme Lord entered and all that. And now, so are there other demigods? There are some demigods created by the Supreme Lord and there are some demigods created by Brahma. Is that so?
Yes.
Okay.
Even before Brahma was created, there are 8 demigods.
Okay. Yeah.
These demigods are mentioned in the Brahma Samhita, like
Mhm.
Surya and all other demigods, Agni.
Mhm.
They are for the entire at the elemental level.
Okay.
They are at the level of Mahavishnu.
Mhm.
They are created like Rudra,
Mhm.
like Shambhu. They are the demigods for all the planets, all the Brahmandas. Whereas these demigods are subordinate to Brahma.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Even in that, in the these demigods created by Brahma, they are
Mhm.
also hierarchy.
Okay. Okay. So, Maharaj, what is the special position of human life? We say Durlabha, Sudurlabha, human life is very rare. So, of these 84 lakh species, the 4 different types, no matter how we categorize them, what is the unique and special position of human life?
It is easy for humans to practice Krishna consciousness. That is a special position of the human life, unique.
Okay. And why 4 lakh human types? How we don't see 4 lakh, right? 4 lakh different human species.
Yeah, there are certain humans who are adrishya, who are not seen to our naked eyes, like
Oh.
the yakshas. They are coming under 4 lakh species, but they are not
Okay.
seen to us.
Okay.
Vinayakas, Kinnaras, Kimpurushas, like that.
Okay. So Maharaj, there is one thing, karmic evolution. You said based on one jiva's karma, it gets placed in a certain planetary system, in a certain type of species. So that is understood. What is the spiritual purpose of all these varieties?
The spiritual purpose of all these varieties is to make a human understand that be careful, don't go down.
Okay.
If you go down, I don't know when you are going to become a human.
Mm.
There is no question of any deliverance if you fall down to the lower species. Like when you show a person the smoking is injurious to health. You show the well, don't jump. When there is a river, don't, very dangerous, don't go beyond this. To create a fear which is favorable for practicing Krishna consciousness and then make the person serious about Krishna consciousness. 84 lakh species of blind well.
Okay. Wonderful, Maharaj. So, Maharaj, moving on to the next chapter now, chapter 11, calculation of time from the atom. So, why? I mean, this chapter is another really, really mind blowing chapter, the way time is getting calculated. But what is the purpose of such meticulous and detailed calculation of time in a text that is full of bhakti?
Bhakti means bhakti for whom? Krishna. And Krishna's presence in this world is in the form of time.
Okay.
So if you say bhakti and neglect time, you are actually bhakti for whom you are doing. Krishna is there in the form of time. That is what Krishna told Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, Kalosmi. Lokakshait krit prabuddha. Lite tam. Apart from you, I have killed everyone.
Yeah. So, Maharaj, in this mind blowing chapter, the way time is getting calculated, there is a close connection between space and time. So, in fact, the way time is calculated, it starts very much from the Paramanu. So, in the very first shloka, Maitreya Uvacha Charamasadvisheshanam Aneko Samyutas Sada Paramanusa Vigneyo Nranam Aikya Brahmo Yataha. The material manifestation's ultimate particle, which is indivisible and not formed into a body, is called the atom. It exists always as an invisible identity even after the dissolution of all forms. The material body is but a combination of such atoms, but it is misunderstood by the common man. So from here it starts. So the time taken by the sun to move for one atom, so that is, it starts from there and then it goes on in a very detailed way. So it starts with Paramanu, then two Paramanu becomes one Anu, three Anus become Trasarenu, and then three Trasarenus become Truti, 100 Trutis become one Veda, three Vedas become one Lava, three Lavas become Nimesha, three Nimeshas become one Kshana, five Kshanas become one Kashtha, 15 Kashthas become one Lagu, 15 Lagus become one Na Nadika or Danda. Two Dandas become one Muhurta. Then six or seven Danda, that becomes one Prahara or Yama. Then eight Praharas become one day or night. Then 15 days and nights become one fortnight. Then two fortnights become one month. Then 2 months become one season. 6 months Ayana, that is Dakshinayana, Uttarayana of sun. Then two Ayanas of sun becomes 1 year. So, Maharaj, this relationship between space and time and such wonderful, detailed calculation of time, if you can please elaborate on
Time and space are the two things which govern this world. So understanding time and space is one first step in trying to understand the complexity of Krishna's creation. Creation means time and space. Time and space are connected with each other very intimately. Even in our for our practical purposes, we always say, if somebody asks you, how far is your house from your office? Then you say, just half an hour. he was asking the distance. You told time. That means the distance, the space is calculated by time. He also same thing. the time taken for the sun to go through one paramanu is the lowest unit of time, lowest particle of time. This is known as paramanu, and there is paramanu and paramamahan. So the time taken by the sun to cross over the entire Brahma's life, that is known as paramamahan, two parardhas. Two parardhas. So this is how paramanu and paramamahan, these two become the lowest and the highest unit of time. Paramamahan means it is the totality of matter, crossing the entire totality of matter. That is one life of Brahma, 100 years of Brahma. Now, when you say Anu, it is a very small unit. And why only sun? Why not the movement of other planets? Because sun is a representation of Krishna, is eye of Krishna. And he is also controller of time. Yachakshuresha savita sakalagrahanam raja samasta suramurti asesha teja yasyagnya ramati samrita kala chakra. He turns the wheel of time. Udhyannastam chennaso syarto yachino uttama shloka vartaya ayur harati vaipamsam udhyannastam chennaso. Sun rays the east and sets in the west. One day is gone. So he Brahmati Samrita Kala Chakra. The Kala Chakra is rotated by whom? Krishna, by sun, who is controller of time department. So in this way, all the calculations are given. And the measurable object in this world is Trishanu. Then the time which is measured, which is measurable. 2 paramanus become Anu, 3 Anus become Trishanu. That is the thing which is perceived by the naked eye. And the time taken by the by the sun to pass over this Trishanu is known as Truti. That is the thing which we can be calculated. Truti. That is why Tritiragayate Tvama Pashyatam. Even the gopis, they use this word.
Wow.
Tritiragayate Tvama Pashyatam. And just imagine this Truti is not even second.
Yes.
It's not even a moment.
Yes.
100 Trutis make one Veda. And 3 Vedas make one Lava. And 3 Lavas make one Nimesha. And 3 Nimeshas make one Kshana. 5 Kshanas makes one Kashta. 15 Kashtas make one Lagu. And 15 Lagus make one Nadika. 2 Nadikas make one Muhurta. So just see how small is this unit of Truti. It is less than a second. Somebody has done the calculations and then made a chart out of it. It is there. That's something like
8 divided by 13,500th of a second.
8 divided by 13,500
of a second. That is one Truti.
That is one Truti. I think there's no watch which can calculate these things.
Yes.
If that is the case, just imagine what is uncalculatable time.
Yes.
So we should be conscious of time and not waste time. That is a practical understanding of these verses. Avyartha kalatvam. So before we actually go to the further thing, we should know the distinction between kala and samaya.
Okay.
Kala is energy of Krishna, and samaya is the effect of energy. Like you say, what is the time now? It is 8:40 a.m. in UK. In UK, it is 8:40. And in India, it is
1:10 p.m.
1:10 p.m. Now, in English, there's only one word time. But in Hindi or in Sanskrit, we say, kya samay hua. We don't say, kya kal hua. Samay. What is the samay now? 8:40, there it is 1:10. But what is kala then? If this is samaya, what is kala? Kala is beginningless, eternal. It is energy of Krishna. It is unconscious. Unconscious, eternal energy of Krishna, which was there even before birth of Brahma. It is that thing which makes, the Kala Shakti makes the world manifest its different elements in different categories. So Samaya starts by the birth of Brahma. Samaya means the clock. Tuck, 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 this clock. When did it start? When did the clock start rotating? When did this time start? Means Samaya start. You say, this is the time now. You go on in the past, in the time machine. When did it start? It started when?
When the universe was created?
Brahma's birth.
Okay.
That is why in the Sankalpa mantras we say, Adhya Brahmane, Dvitiya Parardhe, Shvetavaraha Kalpe, Vaivasvata Manvantare, Ashtavimshati Chaturyuge, Kalyuge, Pratama Bhage, Buddhavatare. Then you talk about the present Yuga, present Samvatsara, and then Ritu, then Masa, then Paksha, then Titi. Then you say that Evam Guna Visheshan Vishishtayam Shubhatito. You have to tell the time, which time you are. What is the time now? Starting from Brahma, Adhya Brahmana. That means time started, Samaya started from birth of Brahma. So, and ends with death of Brahma. So, two Parardhas, that means whole 100 years of Brahma is one unit. And also there are different calculations of Samvatsara based on the movement of the sun, based on the movement of Jupiter, that is Guru, based on the movement of moon, and based on the movement of nakshatras. So one Samvatsara, 1 year means the time taken by the sun to complete the 12 rashis, the zodiacs. It is called Samvatsara, Parivatsara, Vatsara, Anuvatsara, and Idavatsara. So based on the movement of these, they are known as different names.
Yeah. So Maharaj, through this discussion, I was really touched by Prabhupada's humility in the 14th verse. I mean, just now when you asked about one Truti, I just read out from Prabhupada's purport in the 14th verse actually. So Prabhupada, I'll just read the purport. The subject matters of physics, chemistry, mathematics, astronomy, time and space dealt with in the above verses of Srimad Bhagavatam are certainly very interesting to students of the particular subject, but as far as we are concerned, we cannot explain them very thoroughly in terms of technical knowledge. Prabhupada has done such a brilliant job of breaking it down in such great detail in the term of second, everything. And then he is telling, as far as we are concerned, we cannot explain them very thoroughly in terms of technical knowledge. The subject is summarized by the statement that above all, the different branches of knowledge is the supreme control of Kala, the plenary representation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nothing exists without him, and therefore everything, however wonderful it may appear to our meager knowledge, is but the work of the magical wand of the Supreme Lord. So, like this, Prabhupada gives a very nice summary. So, Maharaj, I was hearing one devotee, he wanted 3 chapters of Bhagavatam written from one of our acharyas get translated from Sanskrit to English from a Sanskrit scholar. So, he asked him, how much do you charge? He said for 2 hours he charges 20,000 rupees. And he asked him, so how much time will you need for translating 3 Sanskrit chapters? He said 100 hours. Now, can we even estimate? We are so indebted to Prabhupada. Prabhupada sacrificed his sleep. He's given pages and pages and pages of translations and commentaries. These are not even just commentaries, but Prabhupada said these are his spiritual ecstasies. And such humility Prabhupada is expressing here. As far as we are concerned, we cannot explain them very thoroughly. So, what can we learn from Prabhupada, Maharaj? How indebted we are to him.
First, let me see why he speaks this.
Yes.
Because his spiritual master is Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur.
Mm-hmm.
And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur got the name Siddhanta because he translated Surya Siddhanta.
Okay.
Now, when the subject matter came to astronomy and Jyotish, especially the time science, then Prabhupada bowed himself to his Guru Maharaj and told him. And he's thinking about actually his spiritual master,
Wow.
who was expert in Surya Siddhanta. Modern day astrologers, they don't talk much about Siddhanta. Siddhanta means the Siddhanta, the sutras, the time correction. They just go for they don't talk much about sutras. They just do the calculation part and then try to predict something here and there. But there's a big science behind it.
Okay.
Time science is a huge science. Jyotish is a huge science. Surya Siddhanta is a very complicated book. So Srila Prabhupada is thinking about that book and his spiritual master's expertise in that book. And ultimately, Thakur, for the purpose of preaching Chaitanya's movement, he kept that thing aside. So, following the same mode, Prabhupada talks about it in a purport like this.
Very nice, Maharaj. Very touching. So, Maharaj, now switching gears, Vidura is asking another question. So, 16th verse, Vidura uvacha Pitrudeva manushyanam ayuh paramidam smritam paresham gatima chakshva yesyu kalpad bahirvidah. Vidura said, I now understand the life durations of the residents of the Pita planets and heavenly planets, as well as that of the human beings. Now kindly inform me of the durations of life of those greatly learned living entities who are beyond the range of a kalpa. So Vidura is asking, talk to me about the living entities who live beyond the range of a kalpa. Now kalpa is 1 day of Brahma, that is only 12 hours, not 24 hours. And now in answer to this, Maitreya Rishi goes into another calculation about the 4 millenniums and the Manus and the whole lifespan of Brahma. So if you can take us through this, Maharaj.
Yeah, it is very famous calculation. That is Satya, Treta, Dwapar, Kali. And Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar, Kali. They are all Satya Yuga is 4 times Kali, Treta Yuga is 3 times Kali Yuga, and Dwapar Yuga 2 times Kali Yuga. And and all these calculations are multiples of 1200. But this 1200 is not the human years, it is demigod years. If you convert this 1200 into the human years, it becomes 432,000 years. 1200 years of the avatars is equal to 432,000 years, because our 1 day is 6 months for them, and our 1 night is 6 months for them. So considering this, if you multiply 4 lakh, 1,200
Mhm.
and then multiply it by 360,
Mhm.
because human one day of one year of demigods is 360 human years.
Mhm.
1 year.
Mhm.
So 1,200 multiplied by 360 is 4,32,000 years.
Okay.
And then if you multiply it again by 1, 2, 3, 4, that becomes Dwapara Yuga becomes 8,64,000 years, and Treta Yuga becomes 12,96,000 years, and Satya Yuga becomes 17,28,000 years. And if you put all them together, common factor is 4,32,000 years. And 1, 2, 3, 4 add becomes 10. 10 times 4,32,000 becomes 43,20,000 years. Now that becomes one Divi Yuga or one Yuga cycle. So then what happens? 1,000 such Yuga cycles. Because one day of Brahma, in which there are 14 Manus.
Wow.
So each Manu gets around 17 Yuga cycles, and that is 1,000 upon 14. That becomes 21 approximately. So now 6 Manus have already passed, and the 7th Manu is going on now. That is Vaivasvata Manu. Within the Vaivasvata Manu, each Manu has the 71 Vaivasvata Manu also has 71 Yuga cycles. So this Vaivasvata Manu, 27 Yuga cycles have gone. 28th Satya, Treta, Dwapara has gone. Now Kali Yuga, Prathama Charana is going on. So these all the calculations which are very famous calculations.
Yes.
Should be known. Yeah.
What about the Sandhya, Maharaj? Where does the Sandhya come? Sandhya Kala? Between Manvantaras, between Yugas?
Yeah. Yuga. Every Yuga, there is a Sandhya. Like, for example, you have Kali Yuga. 10% of the first part of Kali Yuga, that is 4,32,000 years. 10% means what? That is 43,000 years, 43,200 years. And the last part of Dwapara Yuga, that is 8,64,000 years, 10% is 86,04,000 years. It is like 86,400 years. This together becomes Yuga Sandhya.
So we are in Sandhya now.
We are in Sandhya. Gorkari has not started. Now that itself is like that, then imagine what is going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about this Varaha Kalpa, Padma Kalpa, Brahma Kalpa? Why they are called like this, Maharaj?
Kalpa means the day of Brahma.
Right.
The first day of Brahma, Brahma appeared from the lotus. That is known as Padma Kalpa. And now the present Kalpa is known as Shweta Varaha Kalpa, because Shweta Varaha, Varaha they appeared in white, is known as Shweta Varaha Kalpa. And also the previous night, previous day of Brahma, is also known as Padma Kalpa, because all the planets took the position of a flower.
Okay.
So there are descriptions like that. And Brahma lives for 250 years, means 250 plus 52, not 250. First 50 is known as Parardha, second 50 is known as Parardha. So now it is the Dvitiya Parardha, second Parardha is going on. Dvitiya Parardha. So Brahma Kalpa, the first day of Brahma, when Brahma was born, is known as Brahma Kalpa, because Brahma was born. And the previous day of Brahma, that is the last day of Brahma's 50th year, is known as Padma Kalpa. And ultimately, this Kalpa is known as Shvetavaraha Kalpa.
Okay. So Maharaj, you were explaining how one day of Brahma, one Kalpa, is 1,000 Divya Yugas or Mahayugas. So that means one day, that is 12 hours, is 4.32 billion human years. Similarly, one night also. And then 1 year is again 360 days and 360 nights. So like that, if we calculate 100 years of Brahma's life, is 311.04 trillion, trillion with a T, human years. So now this itself is really, really, really mind-blowing. And then the end of this chapter is so amazing, the blow that comes. It says, okay, Brahma is living 311 trillion human years, and then even his life is going to come to an end.
Yeah.
And this whole 311 trillion years is just one nimesha of Mahavishnu. One exhalation, he's come out, one inhalation, he's gone in.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So just put this in perspective, Maharaj. It's really mind-boggling just to read this whole thing.
Yeah. That is called Adbhuta.
Yes, really
Mind-boggling
Adbhuta.
Paramascharya. Adbhuta.
So who are these? One more thing I wanted clarification here, Maharaj. Through this chapter, it is said not everybody is dying during the dissolution. There are Janaloka, Maharloka, and all. They are saying they'll all move up because there is Sankarshana,
Yeah.
fire is coming. Yes, ma'am.
So every time those who are living in Jana, Mahartapa, Satya, they all are safe.
Mhm.
They go to that look. And again they manifest.
Okay.
Every time.
Okay.
They are liberated at the time when dissolution happens. Brahma dies.
Mm.
Provided Brahma is a devotee of Krishna.
Mm.
This Brahma is a devotee of Krishna. So they'll all come back to God.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, Maharaj, in a recent class of yours, you're talking about two Brahmas. In that, the first Brahma, you talked about Vaikuntha Brahma, thinking that everything is permanent here. After reading this chapter, nobody will have an iota of doubt in their mind that definitely it's not permanent. This is a temporary material world. So, what can you say to put an end to people's plans of wanting to make this permanent solutions to temporary problems? I mean, we ourselves are temporary. We have to get out of here.
Yeah, you plan. Go on planning. We planned many times, all got destroyed. Plan one more, another plan. But Krishna's plan is that you will be destroyed. All your plans will be destroyed. And his plan is going to be remaining. Nobody can change Krishna's plan. So don't try to plan for anything permanent in this world. Nothing is permanent. That's all.
Yeah. So these two episodes have been such a reality check, Maharaj. One was related to the space, the hugeness of the creation, and this one in terms of time. So the way it is described, even Brahma's life is insignificant, then who are we really? So in comparison to him. So what is the key takeaway? So what should we learn? What is the essence of one is humility for sure, and what is the other essential takeaway from this?
Get out of this world. Prepare to get out.
Yeah.
Time is ticking.
Yes.
When you tell the children, hey, exams are coming, study, study, study. I have to pass out. So I pass out of this world. Don't take but this world again.
Yeah. Wonderful, Maharaj. Maharaj, now moving on to the Brahmastra segment. So because we've been discussing so much about time, so I thought I'll ask you some rapid fire questions related to time, Maharaj. It's going to be very easy. So what is your favorite time of the day and why?
Morning.
Why? Why
There's a
morning?
time you can be alone with Krishna
Mm.
in the form of the holy name.
Very nice. If Krishna appeared in front of you and said, Bhakti Padma Swami, I will give you 1 extra hour every single day. So now you have 1 extra hour every day. So how will you use that extra hour?
Extra hour. That extra hour I'll use in reading Bhagavatam.
Jai.
Writing some verses.
Very nice. So what is your best time management tip that you can share with all of us?
I never do that.
But you are so good. You're exceptionally good in managing your time. I'm sure there must be something.
Krishna manages my time.
Wow. Now that is the tip. So Krishna is managing your time because you're utilizing your time in his service?
I don't know. I never have any diary.
Mm.
I never had any diary, this time, that, and all. It never had, and it's not too. I'm too old to get into this
Mm.
new habit.
Mm. Wow.
Accept things as it comes on its own way,
Mm.
and things get adjusted.
Mm.
I attended one time management seminar given by one devotee.
Uh-huh.
It was compulsory for the ISKCON leaders.
Okay.
So then, in that, he showed an experiment
Mm.
how to manage time.
Mm.
He said that first you have to put a jar. In the jar, you have to put the biggest stones,
Oh.
and then that, and then that. So I exactly don't remember what exactly he told me.
I know what you're talking about. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
That's a famous experiment. Yeah.
So then I thought that anyhow, uh, all the sand and the pebbles and water is going automatically, isn't it?
Mm. Mm.
You're just pouring it.
Yes.
It goes automatic. So let Krishna pour in.
Mm. Mm.
Let him adjust.
Mm.
See, ultimately, he has to use us in his seva.
Mm.
So let him use.
Mm.
Who can be a better manager than Krishna?
Wow. Wow. That is deep right there, Maharaj. I need to get back, contemplate on that more. Okay. So, what are some of the things in spirituality that we should not rush?
Chanting verses of Bhagavatam. Don't rush.
Mm.
They are eternal.
Mm.
Chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. They are eternal.
Mm.
Other thing according to your nature you do, but these two things peacefully.
Okay.
One is chanting,
Mm-hmm.
no hurry,
Mm-hmm.
no worry.
Mm.
Chanting verses and chanting Bhagavatam, reading Bhagavatam. Number two, eating.
Ah.
No, don't rush.
Mm.
If you rush, there will be indigestion.
Mm. Mm. Beautiful. Very nice. So through these chapters, it was said how Kala, especially the sun, with every time he rises, every time he sets, he's taking away our life. So is time only going to degrade, or can time be purifying also?
Yeah, time is meant to purify if you desire so.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't desire, it will destroy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example,
Mm-hmm.
a student is appearing for examination.
Mm-hmm.
What is time will continue
Yes.
its effect. But if you use it for passing the exam, then it will
Mm-hmm.
give you rewards.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't use the time for passing the exam, that will kill you. Same time will kill you,
Nice
destroy
example.
you.
Yes.
That is why the effect of time is not there in the devotees, because they are
Okay.
using the time. Nita uttama shloka vartaya ayur harati vaipumsam udhyannastam channaso tasyartha kshano nita. One who is engaging in this thing. Uttama shloka vartaya.
Mm. So Maharaj, next one. What is more difficult, managing time or managing the mind?
Actually, the difficulty is only in trying to manage them. The more you try to manage them, the more damagement will happen.
Oh. Oh.
Best is to not to manage them,
Mm.
neglect them,
Wow, that's powerful. Wow.
and just be busy. Become totally unconscious of time and mind by being totally absorbed and conscious of Krishna.
Mm. Mm. Okay. Continuing on that, Maharaj, what is one spiritual activity for you that you're so absorbed in Krishna consciousness you really lose track of time?
Maybe Pariprashna.
Oh, okay. I'm flattered. So, Maharaj, these days everybody is interested in return on investment. I'm giving this much, what am I going to get? So, in connection to that, so what is one small time investment that people can do and get the best spiritual return?
chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Yes, yes, very much.
Invest the best time available for that. Then you get the best investment, best returns.
Yes, yes. What is one seva you wish you had more time for?
One seva.
Mm.
I want to read a lot.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wish.
Mm. Okay. So Maharaj, in one place, in one of your classes, you said His Holiness Gaur Govind Maharaj was giving a Bhagavatam class, and somebody who sat in the front row looked at the watch, and he took him to task, and he went on for several hours. So flipping that on you, let's say you are giving a Bhagavatam class in the front row, there is somebody sitting, and they look at the watch. What will you do?
I am not an acharya like him.
Mm-hmm.
I will be very much conscious of that person's sensitivity, and then end the class. And I'll request him, "Bro, you leave, others are there." I'm not in a position to, like, he's an acharya.
Mm.
Gaur Govind Maharaj is not from this world.
Mm. Maharaj, I
He's from a
like.
different world.
Yeah, sorry, Maharaj, go ahead.
He's from a different world. Yeah.
Yes, yes. I slightly beg to disagree there. You will leave them, but you do it in your own style. I noticed that just few weeks ago, during Jagannath Rath Yatra in Mira Road, you gave a fantastic class, really, really wonderful class. And somebody brought a note to you. You read the note. You said short class. You threw the paper like that and said, "Abhi shuru hoga short class." So I thought if I was in your position, somebody told me that, I would panic and I would say that, oh, I'll finish it in next 5 minutes or something. You're like, Abhi shuru hoga short class, and you took your own sweet time. Yeah, go ahead, Maharaj.
I have the liberty to do it in Mira Road.
I know.
Not other places.
Yes. And I was wondering what audacity they brought to the temple president and they gave that note short class. But the way you handled it, you were so chilled out and you took your own time, you finished it. So it was really amazing the way you neglected time. So, next one, Maharaj. If time were a deity in a temple, what offering would you give to Kala?
Myself.
Oh, I know what you mean, but it's very painful, Maharaj, every time you talk like this about Kala. Kalam Pratikshatam, last time also you said. I mean, I really admire the profundity of it.
Yeah, Kalam Pratiksham
Ah,
Vimado Metsaraha, Narada's words.
yes, yes. Last one, Maharaj, before I let you go for today. If somebody said, Maharaj, I don't have time for sadhana, what will you advise?
Commit suicide.
Whoa, spoken like a sadhu. You cut it. Commit suicide. Okay. That's it, Maharaj. Thank you so much. So, Maharaj, thank you so much. Week after week, you're taking your precious samaya time for us and you're enlightening us and giving us a really strong, heavy, powerful dose of medicine to cure us of our material disease. So, as always, I'm so grateful to you. Thank you so much, Maharaj. Hare Krishna. So Hare Krishna, dear devotees, there we go. We are briefly wrapping up the 42nd episode. These chapters are really powerful. In the available time, we are just briefly, barely scratching the surface. So I kindly urge you, humbly urge you that please go through these chapters. They're really amazing. Read them twice, thrice, how many ever times you want. They're really very impactful. So kindly read them. And in fact, I've put a link in the description where even online you can access the entire Srimad Bhagavatam. So there we go. This was a brief discussion today on chapters 10 and 11 of Canto 3 of Srimad Bhagavatam. And in the next week's episode, that is 43rd episode, don't go anywhere because Brahma is going to create Kumaras, Narada, Rudra, so many different Prajapatis, Manus. So it's going to get very, very exciting. So we will see you in the next episode. Until then, as always, you know the drill. Stay inquisitive and stay Krishna conscious. Take care. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.